me that the road was going to be rough.
Nobody shares that story.
Yes, nobody shares that story actually.
And we are super excited to have you. In case you're just tuning in, into Darling Station YSC Radio 88.3 FM Abuja, it is guest of the moment. And of course, our guest today is the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Akunle Inafiu, a leader whose 1 year in office has been focused on strengthening the scheme, enhancing corps members' welfare, and of course, affirming its relevance in Nigerian society today. A leader who actually understands the importance and impact of the Nigerian youth. Okay, so let's move ahead with the questions we have for you. Being the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, for this past 1 year in office, how has it been for you as the Director General of the NYSC?
Well, how do I describe that? I'll say it's been quite fulfilling, quite interesting. I've learned a lot. It's taken a lot from me. But what do I say? I tell people that when I wake up every morning, the first thing that comes to mind is, okay, how are my corps members doing? What will they be today? I guess my family now will start thinking, what's wrong with this guy? He prays more for the corps members and he talks more. The first thought is that of the corps members and it's NYSC. So I must confess, it's been fulfilling. Yeah, it's been, I've learned a lot. I've met remarkable people, young, vibrant, intelligent Nigerians that are so passionate about this country and about what they do. People that from all walks of life, different backgrounds, committed to national service, committed to one purpose of uniting this country and building a viable and better Nigeria. With our vision for this country, it's unimaginable what you get to hear from the corps members when you have the privilege of interacting with them, and that's why I cherish every moment I share with corps members. I try to listen, because from listening to corps members, you realize the gap. They're the ones working, they're the ones currently serving, so they know what they require and where things.
So my question to you, sir, is how have you managed to crack this code? What's your secret to working with Gen Z?
Okay, let me start from prior to my. And you find nothing. I recall after even my appointment and people were searching, looking for my picture. Prior to that, I had been Chief of Staff to the Chief of Army. I was picture shy. I enjoy working in the background. And I enjoyed maintaining low profile. Being the first thing I did was to try and understand what I was going into, and I guess I must say things started unfolding. Let me tell you, most of the things you see me do with young
corps members,
they were not pretty issue of Gen Z, relating with Gen Z. And, the first thing that I got inspired was the fact that, excuse me, trying to understand the culture. Yes, coming from a different generation and leading a team that is populated by different generations, what could be the challenge? And I came to realize that what those of us that are not Gen Z, the older generation, believe to be the problem is actually not on the part of the Gen Z. That we actually are the problem.
So you need to say that again.
Yes, I don't say the Gen Zs as the problem.
Wow.
I think the older generation are the problem. And the issue is that we are failing to understand that the ship has sailed in terms of culture, in terms of the way things are done. There's this generational shift that was so drastic, so sudden, that we just could not wrap our heads around and come to accept. We try to relate with this generation the way our parents related with us. We try to define discipline the way it was defined in times past. We try to define relationship the way it was in our time. We try to define communication the battle. So I have to learn the way of Gen Z, and the way of Gen Z is very easy to learn. Just flow as we have. And I was like, look, do you expect these guys to read this? Security teams? They're not going to read it.
At all.
And I asked the question, so look, how many of you sincerely have read these documents since, or have read it more than once since you joined this scheme? Just look at Twitter, X, now X, look at TikTok, most of the social media. If you are used to that in your generation, and my generation wants to communicate, and we are sending you 7-page document, you are not going to read it. Someone coming before you to deliver a lecture and sticking to the lectern and just reading 7-page introduction, 30-page document, and you are just going to, because when you idea.
So I want to ask this question: has it been, as a military personality, has it been relating with civilians so far? I want to ask this question: has it been, as a military personality, has it been relating with civilians so far?
God prepares you for. I will say I've had a privileged career. Yes, and I must confess, God has been faithful in that aspect. Meetings with my boss, a lieutenant general, and seeing how decisions were taken. It was consensus building. It was quite not the same as we have in the military. In the military, it's more of commands, orders, and instructions. You just read out orders. But when you work in civilian environment, you build a team. You consensus building, and it's something I got exposed to quite early, and I've had privileged opportunity of going back to the UN, like twice even after that, and I've had exposures training abroad in India, in the United States, and some of these equally led me to understand that, okay, when you walk out of the military, the core military environment, you require a different skill set entirely. Look, even those of us that are in the military, we were first civilians.
True.
And we came from completely civil background. Even those that grew up in military families, you were civilian before you came into the job, and you know that the prayer of everyone or each and every one of us is to resign or retire meritoriously and go back to the civil life. And the military is administered by the civilian. You serve the community. The policy that guide the operations are fashioned by civilians, because it's national interest that you are protecting. The protection of territorial integrity of a nation. It's not crafted by the military. It's the furtherance of a national interest, and those policies at the grand strategic level are formulated by the civilians. So coming to work with civilian in this kind of environment. My background, I think, has helped me a lot. You have to learn to switch, to be civil, to learn to build consensus, to respect people's views and opinion. Especially when you come into an environment, a system that has operated for 52 years before you find yourself in it. You know that there is something they are getting right. And it's you that is like the stranger now, even though by your appointment you are the chief executive officer. So you have to learn to read within the lines, understand the organizational culture, the dynamics, and the trend within this system, because NYSC is a system that operates within a larger system. So it's systems thinking and critical thinking are two essential skills that one must have as administrator in this kind of establishment. So I don't think it's much of a challenge coming into the scheme that is predominant. In fact, I think it's just like what they used to have during the military era. You have one administrator, maybe it's ADC and CSO, and every other person, commissioner, and every other civilian. So it's a civil-led, civil-inspired, civil-run organization. They are just bringing that strategic leadership to bear in it, and that's what is playing out here.
Absolutely, thank you so much for that. Dixon, I think we've had so much value that we should go on a short break so that people can digest this level of wisdom that he has shared with us today. What do you think?
Of course, yes, this is your darling station, Warsaw Radio 88.3 FM, Abuja. In case you're just joining us, it is the guest of the moment. And today we have a very wonderful personality who has joined us in the program. Of course, we'll be back immediately after the short break. Do not go away, please. Stay with us.
Okay. The motivator himself.
NYSC TV and radio. Tune in to the NYSC TV and radio 8.3 FM radio for all-round information and entertainment. The only station managed by graduate youths, brought to you from the Directorate Headquarters of the National Youth Service Corps. NYSC TV and radio, putting the nation first. It's new, it's fresh, it's hot. NYSC TV and radio. Tune in to the NYSC TV and radio 8.3 FM radio for all-round information and entertainment. The only station managed by graduate youths, brought to you from the Directorate Headquarters of the National Youth Service Corps. NYSC TV and radio, putting the nation first. It's new, it's fresh, it's hot. NYSC TV and radio. Tune in to the NYSC TV and radio 8.3 FM radio for all-round information and entertainment. The only station managed by graduate youths, brought to you from the Directorate Headquarters of the National Youth Service Corps. NYSC TV and radio, putting the nation first.
As active participants in national development and in rewriting Nigeria's story for good. God bless the youth of Nigeria. God bless the NYSC. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Minding my businesses. Oh no, Medigram.
Listening to your Value Station in YSC Radio 88.3 FM Abuja, of course, from the orientation comes to communities across the Federation. And YSC Radio 88.3 FM continue to inform, educate, and inspire for the conversations, amplifying the voices, and projecting the true spirit of national integration. Live in YSC Radio 88.3 FM Abuja, we give you beautiful updates, of course, things that keeps you entertained and, of course, informed. Welcome, today's a guest of the moment, live in YSC Radio 88.3 FM Abuja. Of course, with us this morning is the 001 of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Lakunle Nafius, joined us this morning, celebrating 1 year of impact, 1 year of fruitful service. Of course, right about now with the Maiden Chat, we have some beautiful questions coming in from the radio lines and, of course, online for the Director General. So, Vivian Claire, please, let's take your first question.
Absolutely, sir. NYSC is a thing of joy. A lot of people want to serve the Alawi, the posting, the connection, the network. Personally, I've got
I think we've started exposing
to accommodate that registration. Then it may come up maybe towards around second week or so in May, tentatively. However, like I said, if we realize that that time will be too short, we may bring it forward now.
Yes.
So that we'll do that before we even go for batch A stream 2, so that people will register and just be placed on hold. Yes, because batch A stream 1, 2028 batch A stream 1 will pass out by November or first week of December this year, so they won't be available for the election next year. So it's from batch A stream 2 that will start having building up the manpower that will use for that. So there are so many factors that will influence that. So please, all the prospective corps members out there should just be patient. Everything is on course. The government has done the needful in terms of necessary funding, and kits are being built up, so there won't be any problem at all.
All right, sir. So we have a similar question, and that's from Ahmad Abdullahi. He said, please clear the issues on NERD for NYSC registration PCN.
Okay, the NERD issue was mandated by Federal Executive Council, ought to have started since I think late last year. We discussed with the commission and were able to get extension to up to batch A stream 2. So we are hoping that by now all the graduates that we have their Senate approved list, we have their names on the uploaded Senate approved list, have done the needful in terms of that. That is outside of the NYSC's purview. It's a requirement that you have to bring to us. So it's not, we are not the one that is actually controlling that. We don't control that. What we were able to do the last time was to appeal that, okay, these people, we've already onboarded them, so why don't you just give them waiver? Because technically it will be difficult. And I keep saying that government is responsive, and it's a listening government. Government's always out there to listening to voice of reasoning. So if there are issues still surrounding that, I think there are relevant organs, the committee of vice chancellors of the university, the rectors of polytechnics and monotechnics. They have a role to play. That's not within NYSC's purview now, because all the people that were registered in the old order are being cleared now. So if you still have issues with that, please check with NERD. You can, I believe they have a hotline that you can call and make necessary inquiry.
Okay, sir, you have a fan here, and that is Jessie Maza. She says, I love your hard work. You are a great man. Keep it up, sir.
Thank you, Jesse.
All right, thank you so much, Director General, for that wonderful response to this question. But before we move ahead, Vivian Clay, you need to say this. Quite very beautiful. Someone says here, thank you so much, Director General, for that wonderful response on camp activities. I'm a bit relaxed now. So that's wonderful. And it also says here, congratulations to you on your 1 year of service. All right, let's move ahead to this very important question. Someone says here, I want to ask clearly, sir, why can't corps members be deployed to a nearby state? It is well stated that corps members are not allowed to travel at night for camp activities. But yet some persons are being posted from south to night. And how are they expected to leave? They are supposed to be prepared at least to leave for camp, and they are given 3 days interval to arrive at camp. So why can't it be 1 week so that they can actually get more prepared and then start moving to their different prospective orientation camps?
Beautiful question. I actually asked a similar question when I came in.
Wow.
And all about to Adamawa. They don't, so people, if you are living nearby, if you are in the same geopolitical zone, or you are flying, you have direct access to where you are deployed, you can leave on Tuesday morning, be there on Wednesday. It's just that people from neighboring states are expected to start arriving early, to start catching the crews and start catching fun in camp early. Because the early comers or early birds are the ones that will do drill, platoon appointments, OBS, they're the ones that catch the fun of camp the most. So those are the things. If you are from quite some distance location, travel within the day, don't travel in the hours of darkness. You will still make it to camp easily. And if you have any challenge along the way, please call us.
Sure.
We'll direct you accordingly.
Yes, sir. So I have a similar question here from Jemima as regards traveling by road. And you mentioned you particularly have traveled by road, so you know the car accidents or the breakdown are normal. So she's asking, shouldn't it be a wise idea that corps members serve in their respective states of origin or at most neighboring states to avoid some of these unfortunate accidents?
Okay. You see, the founding fathers of the scheme, in their wisdom, thought it wise that people should serve outside of their state of origin. And not only that, most of the people that, it's more desirable for people to serve outside of their culture if you want to fulfill the cultural integration, national integration, and cultural aspect of the mandate of the scheme. So if you are from Oyo State, for instance, and you find yourself serving in Lagos or Osun State, you really have not changed location. You really have not known Nigeria. Part of the essence of this is for you to move outside of your comfort zone, your geopolitical space, and learn about Nigeria. See Nigeria in different perspectives. Understand cultural diversity, understand the geography of Nigeria. There is this analogy I usually make when I discuss with corps members that, look, some of you will find yourself at the National Assembly in no distance time, making a budget appropriation that was named for this country. And if you are from, for instance, an area in the north where you can build 20-kilometer stretch of road with like maybe 10 billion naira, for instance, and all of a sudden you find yourself in the National Assembly, and someone from presenting budget from Bayelsa, and they said they want to build bridge for 20 billion naira. You will say, no, that's budget padding.
Yeah.
It's crime against the national economy. It's because you are not enlightened. You have not been to Bayelsa to see that, look, the number of kilometers you will have to span that bridge over is just
A lot.
yes, a lot. It's unimaginable. So those are some of the things NYSC exposes you to, and people that have served and served well will tell you that, look, it's after service, a number of people begin to appreciate that decision for people to serve outside of their geopolitical zone. But for the Nigerian army, I probably would not have left the Southwest. The first time I understood my geography properly was coming to the North. Most people in the South, when you hear the North, you think everywhere is deserts. Nothing grows there. Oh, no,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But it's complete
opposite.
Yes, opposite. True. North is the food basket of the nation. Most of the things, grains are from the north. We're traveling between Darkingeri and I think was in Sokoto one night, and I was like, where are all these trucks loading? What are they loading? All through up to like 9 p.m. trucks were still loading, traveling to bring food down south. So it's just essential and necessary if we really want to build a viable youth that will be able to lead this nation well. I think we should sustain that posting policy. Yes, we understand its challenge because of security, but look, a number of us actually left our zone to some people got their degree in Maiduguri and they're from the south. If people can go to school out of their state and out of their geopolitical zone, why can't they serve out of their state and geopolitical zone?
Wow, Dixon, time is fast spent, but we have so many interesting
questions.
questions.
Have been so many messages are still coming in. I don't know if they don't really want DG to stand up to the list. You have a lot of messages,
so
but
I
want to. Yeah, let me actually appeal to
I have your time.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, let me please appeal to you. If you're dropping SMS, please do well to make it brief so we can be able to as well read it out. Of course, you can send your message to 0915-555-5898 or 0808-100-0005. Of course, you can also drop it on our social media platforms, X, Instagram, YouTube, and of course Facebook. So we have other questions coming up here. So I would love to take this very one quickly. It says here, this is from Innocent Zero. Please, sir, we are suggesting that POP 2025 should be 19th of this month because of Ramadan.
POP 2025?
Yes.
That's for batch
A stream 1.
For batch A stream 1.
Batch A stream 1.
Yes. Should be 19th of this month because of Ramadan.
Okay, look, it's not calculated that way. Yes, there are so many things that has to be, there be so many requirements. We are always mindful of holidays, we are always mindful of travel periods going back and forth. And I think I may not be able to provide the particular date now, but I think that has been concluded. A lot of factors have to be considered. One will the government drop the almighty allowing for us to pay that set off, because we don't always want a situation where we do POP and no allowing, we are not able to pay you off. So we try to time that end, and also the certificates of national service. When will it be ready? We don't, it's a security document that is printed by the same company that prints the Naira note.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So they're printing the Naira note and printing also this as your security document. And yes, you may say yes, you have a year to do that, but we must get feedback from the states. Who are the people that have served up to a certain point? Because we don't prepare certificate of national service for people that are not passing out. Yes, in some instances, we don't always have an extension. Yes, at some point we prepare it, but there are some that is just some that have.
Yes.
I hope she's been innocent all that time.
Yes, okay, Vivian, let's also take this one. This one says, congratulations, sir, on your 1 year of impactful service in office. I have been a clear testimony of that. Thank you so much.
Paid members, yes. Your transport allowance, yes. Members, yes. your transport allowance, yes, we like you call it.
Yeah.
I always ask, okay, where the bicycle provide and everything. Then I was informed of how much is actually budgeted for the 12 items that we provide for you. And I was like, then how do they cope? And I was told it was just recently increased, I think about a year or so, just shortly over a little over a year prior to my coming. I'm like, yes, we can still do something about this. The government is a listening government, and I saw the assistant, the support of the Honorable Minister of Youth Development, who is equally so passionate about youth. In fact, he harasses me a lot that I'm not in the. So I said, look, I need your assistance at getting this done, and gladly I wrote to His Excellency Mr. President seeking upward review of all these money. And Mr. President has approved it, but with effect from 2027 budget. So, Abdullah, thank you for your observation. Unfortunately, we won't pay arrears for transport allowance. Just go home quietly and go home in peace. But I assure you, your younger ones or those coming after you from 2027, by the grace of God, will start receiving the enhanced transportation allowance as soon as we are funded for it. So thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. I'm clear. You take this bell very close to you. We're going to do roll call like we do in school, right? So when I mention the names of the persons, you ring the bell, all right?
Okay.
So roll call number 1 for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Beautiful. Present. Say present.
Present.
Good.
Present.
Roll call number 2 for the Honorable Minister for Youth Development.
Present.
Thank you. And roll call number 3 for the DG of the National Youth Service Corps in Wara State.
Present.
So there's one you are missing now. I think there is a need for a roll call for the First Lady also. Because,
Okay.
Yeah, the First Lady has been so passionate about the scheme, and she has been quite supportive. You recall that she was here to commission the studio just a little before, just shortly before I came on board, and also about a month back, she donated 2 brand new mobile clinics, state-of-the-art mobile clinic, to enhance our health initiative for rural dwellers program. So, roll call
So that's the roll call for the First Lady of the Federation. Then we are not done. We have one then for the class prefect. Roll call for the Director of Media. Thank you so
we are
much.
still not done. Roll call for the vibrant, energetic, exciting core members out there.
Now roll call for Vivian Clare.
Oh, so we also have a
What
message.
about the staff of the NYSC?
Definitely.
Yes,
And the last one, the roll call for a 1-year successful service.
Sir, the retired NYSC Director, Chief Anthony Ami, says, well done, DG. Best wishes. So another roll call for the DG.
Then the last roll call for this moment for the smile of the DG. All right, we have questions popping up, and Vivian, let me take this one, then you go to the next question. She says here, good morning, sir. Once again, congratulations. I really admire your voice. It's super amazing. My name is Eniola. Sir, aside from physical CDS projects, can core members also be encouraged to build digital projects such as a marketplace website where core members can promote their products and services for other core members?
Yes, thank you, Eniola, for that brilliant question. I think the largest room is room for improvement, and the only constant in life is change. You see that a lot has evolved in the scheme over these past 5 decades, and the scheme is still evolving, and we're actually trying to reposition the scheme such that it suits the now and even the future. We quite understand the place of technology, ICT, AI in the modern world, and if we are dealing with people that are native to this digital space, we just must think in that line. And of course, I must tell you that we are doing a lot in the background. One thing that we are unfolding is so that even in the area of Said, we are beginning to partner with, we've just concluded a partnership, and we're about signing MOU with the Enterprise Development Center of Atlantic University to actually have online Said training, digital training for Said. And the issue of your core members ID card, it's something that we are digitizing too now. I think from the next stream, you may see yourself having digital ID. And so, yes, because the paper one that you use your pen to write your name, and it's not, I think it's not fancy, it's not something that, but when you have your ID, when they ask for your ID and you just open your phone, show them, there's a QR code on it for them to anyone to verify its authenticity. And those are some of the things we are thinking. So in your life, we're actually not resting on our paws. Thank you for that. And the director in charge of CDS is listening, and I'm sure she will be smiling now that someone is actually thinking in line with what we are actually thinking too. So with time, we will see us unfolding that. No one is actually stopping you from that. If you have something, I say that this is the part of, everything is in NYSC. Most of the jobs that we even get consultants to do are done by people that are either serving or people that have not even served. Most of the programs that ministries, departments, and agencies pay millions of naira to come up with. It's people that are serving now that probably even did them. Some have not even, some are still in school, some are just waiting to even serve, and some just finished their service. So we have the talents we have in this group of Nigerians. It's unimaginable. So your point is noted. We are thinking in that line, and you'll see more in that area within the next year by the grace of God. So thank you, Eniola. Your point is noted.
So speaking on talent, we have another question from Adeleke. He says, "Good afternoon, sir. I'm a serving corps member and cybersecurity professional. I've observed platforms like NYSC Portal face large audience and sometimes have security vulnerability. So he's basically asking if he can come on board to help solve this issue using his skill. And my question is, what will be appropriate next step for presenting this proposal formally to you or the NYSC board, and which department office should I engage with to submit a detailed proposal?"
Okay, there is the cell phone number that we normally give to everyone, and I believe all core members should have that phone number. That yes, I guess that anything you send to even if you can send it through your state coordinator.
Wow.
You have your channel, your traditional channel, and I've been receiving things through, ideas through such a channel. Nobody is going to hold back whatever you write. I receive messages. Even interestingly, some core members on their own will just write and say, "Look, sir, I'm not sick. I just have this, and this. I need to move to this area. I require relocation," and we treat that. Rather than people going to go and get medical certificates that will just, you ask some of these medical centers, they will tell you, no, there's no doctor, such a doctor does not exist in this facility. And so we've been receiving messages. So please come up with your ideas. Just forward it through your state coordinator, and it will get to us in no time.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because some core members have already started building this thing. I know someone who has built Corpus Connect to link core members together. So they are beginning this initiative. All they need to do now is go through the state coordinator to follow the appropriate channels.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for sharing that.
All right, thank you so much. If you drop your messages, please do well to drop your names as well, because having messages without your name, I think it's better you do well to include your name so we know how to, relate that to the DG. All right, so a message came in saying, good morning, sir. Please, can you throw more light and talk about the revalidated PCMS? We went to come, but we were unable to verify due to capturing issues.
You validated what?
Says here, good morning, sir. Please, can you throw
We
more light?
validated prospective core members.
Yes. Are we not able to be captured?
Okay, if you have any, when you go to CAM and you have issues with your yeah, we always have look, all your problems can actually be solved at the state level. The focus should not be paid. And government, in its wisdom, took that step of paying everyone. That's 7K. We will not differentiate and pay someone that went to school in my village. So it's a leveler. So you should understand that you should learn to post core medical personnel to remote areas. But now, we have a lot of competition. There are a lot of practitioners. There are a lot of public-private to serve. So, consumers of smile and maybe the strategy God has given me a great smile. Yes. For those that are going to register next, there are parameters that have been set for capturing this time around, such that if you don't meet it, the system will not proceed. It won't allow you to proceed. It's just like when you apply for visa, capturing you did, or that you usually do while registering. That's what we'll harvest, and we'll put feedbacks from people that have left the scheme, people that have passed out. Tell you, look, I wish I knew this. I wish I knew this. So those are some of the, okay, what are the common requirements, general requirements for picture, and that's what we are going back now. So please someone will reach out to you and find out what the problem actually is, and we'll guide you to resolve it. That's what we are here for.
Thank you very much, sir. Because of time, we have 10 minutes to wrap up this very wonderful segment, and questions are just popping in. All right, let's take this one. Says here, my name is Peter. As a core member, I didn't apply for loan income. But I want it now. Can I be given a loan to start up a business? I am batch B 2025.
Batch B 2025, batch A, it's what batch is leaving?
A1.
2025 A1.
Yes.
Okay. I think that was actually the first camp I ran, right? Yeah, that was my, yes. So
A1.
Yes.
We are lucky.
We are lucky,
Yeah.
actually. DG girls and boys.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that has passed. I'm not sure, because the earlier the better in applying for this. But the sun that is up can still dry your growth.
Of course.
Savings equals investment,
Sure.
and it's savings that builds capital.
Absolutely.
I always encourage your colleagues to save. Like people say, how do I save? How on earth do I save out of 77,000 naira? And I remind them that, look, a couple of years back, you were students, and majority were not getting up to that from home. And quite a number of core members are still getting additional allowance from their PPA. Some states are even paying states allowance. I just came back from Borno, and the day I was addressing the core members, unfortunately, they paid Alawi as I was addressing them, and the place became rowdy. And then they were like, it wasn't enough, I should please help them appeal to His Excellency to double their, or to enhance the state Alawi. And of course, I delivered their message for meeting His Excellency the Governor. And right there and then, he doubled the Alawi that I could pay. So you can imagine such benefit. We just need to be disciplined in the way we do things. Yes, a number of people will say all sort of things out there that look is not realistic, it's not this, it's not that. But there are some parents that have children in school today, even in our institution, that are living on minimum wage. What's minimum wage? 70,000 naira. And core members Alawi's minimum wage plus 10%.
Wow.
That's the standard calculation. So if they increase minimum wage in Nigeria today to 100,000 naira, that means Alawi will be 100,000 plus 10% of 100,000. That's 110, right? So please cultivate the habit of savings. If you can still save 20% of your Alawi every month for the remaining part of your service year, and plan your last 2 months combined Alawi together, you will still make close to 200,000 naira. And please don't start big. You don't need to start big. If you are into fashion, you don't need to go and buy the electric, is it Imal or enamel machine.
Yeah.
Buy the almighty butterfly, or what's the name of the singer or whatever, the pedaled one.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to start big. And for those that are still fresh, that are still new, please be serious with the income opportunity so that you can benefit from the loan early and other opportunities that are coming from other partners. But one thing is certain, it can't go around everyone, and that's why we talk about the me bank of the core members. ME, that's my, yes, you are the bank, you are your own bank, so you can save.
Right, Claire, I think it's like just 2 more questions because questions are still popping in because of time. So just like 1 or 2 questions so we can.
Okay. We have something from Ayobami Ojo. He says, please, we need updates about DG's Cup, sports and cultural competition across the nation. It's been long it took place.
Yes, it's been long it took place, Ayobami. And honestly, there are so many things happening within the space now that has dislocated the rhythm of activities and operations. Some of these things, they build up from state up to the national level. We are thinking towards that, but to be honest with you, the strategic focus for this year up till mid next year may not allow us to be able to fulfill that, to pursue those programs the way we would have loved to. We have some off-cycle elections too coming up. We have, I think, Ekiti and Osun State. We have a lot of sensitization to do with our partners in respect of the forthcoming general election. We have other activities, sensitization. We don't even know whether National Population Commission is still pursuing its own program. Its National Population Commission is still going ahead with its program. We are going to get busy with that. So NYSC is a very busy scheme. Every ministry, department, or an agency or government have one thing or the other to do with us. So the scope of our operation has widened. and it's increasing almost on a daily basis. You see MOUs, proposals coming for one thing or the other. We are mindful of that, and as much as possible, we encourage. That's why we encourage it. Income. We encourage the sports and cultural activity income, so that at least you have that flair, you have that flavor, you have flavor income, you have that experience income. Someone complained the other time that it was only we focus more on the male football, that ladies were being sidelined, neglected, and you observe that A1, I think there was adjustment to that, even though I told them state that could not constitute all female team to play. They should mix them so that we'll be able to give them prominent. We'll be able to prioritize female participation in sports also, and the cultural activities income. You see how it's encouraged. Those that were in FCT camp the last time, we took it to another level. We are trying to work with Ministry of Culture and Tourism to make it bigger, and they are looking at even co-sponsoring the cultural National Cultural Festival with us.
Wow.
So yes, but all these, of course, are tied to budget. So we are looking at maybe when we fine-tune the whole idea, then next year the budget we'll be able to get something in that line, incorporate something in that line, and we will see how that goes from next year.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for those wonderful responses. I will just take the last question. You can still keep dropping your questions. Of course, we will be checking them in subsequent times, because I know that we have many.
I have
No,
questions
I'm going to shake you guys so that the grace will pass.
Yes.
We'll be the one to answer this.
Definitely. Yes. All right. This one says here, good morning.
To work, the commitment has been legendary. To work, the commitment has been legendary, I must confess. I'll tell people out there that they are passionate about what they do, and a number of them have been doing it for upward of 3 decades, and they understand the process. And mentorship or the mentoring is something that is unique to this scheme, because they know that you can't run the scheme well without mentoring the next generation of staff, and that's something I really appreciate a lot. You see, the senior ones are passionate about mentoring the junior ones and bringing them up to speed with the way the scheme runs. So, and also, I say I've been fortunate to have a very lively, vibrant, and disciplined set of core members. When I came on board with this course, and I told them that, look, I understand your generation, I understand the fact that you are content creators, you love creating content. I'm not taking that away from you, because it's impossible. We are going to have a serious clash if you say we want to clamp down on you being expressive and things like that. But why don't you channel your energy in the positive direction? Create content that everyone will love. That is, we're not telling you to be self-serving, to bootlick, and we are not training you to be zombies, but you should be objective in the way you do your things and clear all doubts before going out there in the social media space. Part of the awareness is that the internet does not forget. The error you made in one post today can come to haunt you tomorrow. There's something going on in the social media space now. Someone made some post, I think, 13 or many years back, and today now people are digging it, and it's becoming a serious issue for the person. So that awareness, that consciousness is something that we keep reiterating. So moving on, I expect, of course, more diligence, commitment from the staff. expect them to remain professional in what they do, to continue to aspire for the best, and always be conscious of the fact that it's a position of trust, a trust holder for parents and guardians of core members that we receive every stream, every batch, every stream. And we should not lose sight of why we are here. We exist because they exist. If they stop if we stop mobilizing core members today, like I always tell them during our workshop, that look, if this scheme is ended or scrapped today, you will lose job. I will go back to the army. I have a job to fight, and I will go back. But in your own case, how many ministries will not be able to absorb majority of you? So a good number of you will lose job, and that consciousness is something that's required to always stay focused, that we exist because you guys are, and we must maintain that commitment, and I want that consciousness to be entrenched, and for staff to maintain that commitment that we're here to look after our children, because you are our children, as a matter of fact. And we are here we have the rare privilege of building the next generation of leaders. When I go to campaign and look at core members, I see the next president, I see governors, I see senators, members of the House of Assembly, people working at the national and sub-national levels. I see captain of industries, and I see big shots in the society. So that's what I see. I don't just see core members. I see the future of this country, and I must encourage you people that look, you should reflect on the NYSC anthem. Obey this clarion call. Let's lift Nigeria. It's our nation we should endeavor to always lift it high, always protect our country. They are still being seen as immigrants. You're in Nigeria, you are no immigrants to nobody. This is your home. And interestingly, when the children that were given birth to 3 generations ago abroad, when they return home, they've never...
We'll seek first permission from you if we should go ahead. If not, then we take it as a close. I know he's listening. His name is David Peters.
I hope as long as he's not asking me to sing.
No. He answers this for me as my humble request.
Okay, so I believe you have that. Yes, you have it. You played it. And I was in Adama, I think, I was in Adama twice.
Wow.
Last month. Yes, and unbelievable. I ate one of the best pounded yam I've ever seen in Adama. It's quite unbelievable.
So you have the left in your car?
So
No,
we can
it's
get
in
it
my...
up now. Too bad. I'll have to get
So
it
I
up.
was like, look, are you sure it's pounded yam in Adama? I said, no, it's pounded yam. He said, no, I'm not asking for pounded yam. Pounded yam with sweat in it. He said, yes, original pounded yam. I said, let's have it. And it was...
So I think David Peter is lucky. Alright, this is the Darling Station, YSC Radio 88.3 FM Abuja. David Peter, your request has been accepted, of course, granted by the Director General of the National Youth Corps. Please say hello to your mom for us. And this is the anthem you requested for.
Under the sun or in the rain, with dedication and selflessness, Nigeria's house, Nigeria we serve. Members take the great salute for the
Peter. Congratulations
That's
to
a
you.
brilliant request.
Yeah.
And I think the person that composed the anthem should be duly recognized also. It carries deep meaning. Yes, it has depth.
Sir, they say that you can measure the level of impact of a leader by how much the people under them feel. So if the TikTok comments, the camp moments, the stories, the smiles on David's face, and the hundreds of thousands of
David just
comments
sent a message.
out
Says
there.
here, with tears in my eye, I want to say
Aw.
thank you so much, sir, for honoring me. That's very beautiful.
Thank you, David.
So if all these are any verdict to go by, then sir, you're truly a great leader. We are better off having you. I am better off having you, sir. I can still remember my last year birthday. I was in camp and you came and gave me a cake.
Yes.
Me
Oh.
and so that it was really beautiful. I'm not going to forget that moment for the rest of my life. So we say thank you on behalf of every core member that's ever
I won't
won
forget
in
the
Khaki.
first handshake at Nasarawa. When
Nasarawa.
he came and who wants to take an handshake? I had to run. No? I think I've not shaken anyone with this hand.
So sir, thank you. You're the best DG I have had. You're the only DJ I've had.
Well, I'm the only DG.
Exactly,
so-
but you're the best DJ this country has had. So
Oh,
thank
well,
you.
that's relative.
Thank you.
Because I'm the only
Relative to
DG.
us.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the only
I can even
DG
ask
you
my.
know.
Do you know I asked my elder brother today, and he was like, he really watches your video. He looks forward to seeing you. When I told him I'm going to interview, and he was like, wow. So a lot of people can attest to that. Listen, you can attest to that.
My village people are actually watching right now.
Oh my God.
So thank you so much, sir, for joining
Thank
us
you
this
very much.
morning
Thank you
for
very
this
much.
wonderful program, Guest of the Moment, live in NYSC Radio 88.3 FM Abuja. But before you go, some words or two for NYSC Radio 88.3 FM Abuja, projecting the voice of the scheme, actually passing those beautiful informations and everything in between. I think we've actually hosted you one or two times here,
Yeah.
and it's been really wonderful. It's
Always
been super amazing,
beautiful.
always very beautiful. So what do you have to say to NYSC Radio? That's very beautiful.
You're doing well.
Thank you.
And you guys are doing very,
Vivian,
very
where's the bell?
Yes, and the scheme is proud of you.
Thank you.
Making very good image of the scheme. People don't believe it when they hear that. It's NYSC Radio that is running some of the programs, and sometimes I feel we should be charging the people who onboard you guys to the media houses we onboard you guys to at the end of the day, because there's no better training ground than this for people that are in the industry. Most of the professional training grounds don't expose their trainees to as much practical sessions and hands-on as we expose you guys to. So I just hope that in years to come we will not be having issues with selecting core members that one, because there will be a lot of pressure that look, NYSC Radio, I want to go and serve in NYSC Radio, NYSC TV, people are applying for that. So I must commend the leadership of the NYSC Media, the director and his team. Sometimes when he comes to my office, I just say, oh God, I hope he's not coming to talk about transmitter again. I hope he's not coming to discuss about inverter. I hope he's not coming with one. But the good thing is when he comes with problem, he comes with solution. Yeah, okay, this is the challenge. We can explore this, explore that. And I must say a big thank you to all those that have been supporting this NYSC Radio one way or the other. We really appreciate your support. We look for more support, more partnership from reputable and relevant ministries, departments, and agencies of government. I think we can have better transmitter. We can have better equipment than this. But what we have now, with what we have, we are doing this well. You can imagine if we have better equipment. These things cost money, we quite understand. And budgeting may not really be that easy, but of course, if you can leverage support of well-meaning Nigerians, why not?
When he brings a problem, he brings solution as well. We've been seeing
Absolutely.
that. Thank you so much for joining us this very wonderful morning. Guest of the moment. Thank you so much for joining us this very wonderful morning. Guest of the moment live in NYSC Radio.